Good day to you all and welcome to She Rises, She Falls and Rises Yet Again. My name is Angela, your host on this series. Today we're going to look at what widows should do in the first 30 days after they lose a spouse. If you have lost your partner, it is unfortunate and I condole with you. It's not an easy time, and it's also something everyone goes through in their own unique way. And nobody should detract on your grief and pain. But as you do it, the first 30 days after losing your husband can determine the next 30 years of your security. So you need to handle this stage carefully. You also need to have some insight on the things that you need to capture and get control over as soon as possible. Grief is overwhelming, yes, but the world does not pause. As you grieve, especially in the first few weeks, documents are moving, family members are asking questions. There's a lot of change in access, there's a shift in power, and many widows will lose control, not because they are not capable, but because they were not prepared. So the first thing you need to do is secure the documents before you secure your emotions. Grief can wait because you're going to grieve for a while. It won't be something that you get over in 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Grief takes time, depending on each individual's ability to work through the trauma. However, your paperwork, that is immediate. So what you must do is locate the will if it exists. You have to secure land titles and the property documents. You have to secure registration documents. You also have to get copies of bank account details, secure insurance policies, and also obtain the official death certificate. Without documents, others will step in to quote unquote help, and clarity will protect you. Emotion makes us vulnerable, and documentation makes us protected. So the emotions will make you vulnerable, but if you have your hand on the prize, you have the documents and you keep them safely, then you will be protected. You also need to freeze confusion before it freezes you. Uncertainty allows others to take control. And if you don't know what to do, everyone is going to come up with advice. Your immediate financial actions are to, first of all, to inform the banks formally that your partner has died and understand the account structures. Was it joint? Was it sole? Were you a signatory? Was your partner or spouse the only signatory? Did they have shared accounts with others? Did they have bank accounts with business partners? Then you also need to clarify debts and liabilities. And at that point, it may not be easy to know all of them, but what you know, take note of that and put that on paper. Because some people may make claims which you cannot validate. So as you do that, be very clear. If there are debts, then people have to show cause or give explanations that are valid, which you will then verify. Then you also need to stop informal withdrawals by relatives, especially if they shared business together or they have ATM cards or they manage to access your online banking detail, his online banking details. So you have to stop or close all those avenues. Secure the phone because the phones now work with mobile transactions. And you also need to get access to the cards, all these, the Visa cards, debit cards, and so on, credit cards, anything that can electronically transfer funds. And you put a stopel on that. Also secure business premises if applicable. You need to find out where the keys are located, who's in charge, and make sure that now that control is in your hands. Now, many widows will assume it will sort itself out. It rarely does. You need to understand your legal position immediately. You cannot defend what you do not understand. So within 30 days, secure what you have, find what you don't have, inform all the relevant parties, and then start understanding your rights under the law. Understand your matrimonial property protections, clarify the customary versus statutory law implications. Consult a professional, not just relatives, because different people will give you so many ideas on how to deal with this. Advice from family is emotional. Advice from professionals is structural, but not all professionals will have your best interest at heart. So find a professional who is not going to hoodwink you or cheat you or try and take you down the wrong path as well. Now, you need to control the narrative early. Silence allows rumors to write your story, and widows normally go into a period of silence as they grieve. In many families, extended relatives begin speculating. Stepchildren will surface. Business partners will shift behavior. All this is happening within 30 days. So you need to communicate clearly but carefully so that you don't give too much information. And you have to avoid emotional confrontations. Do not sign documents under pressure. No one should make you sign anything when you have not read it and understood it. And if you don't understand it, find someone who can clarify. Do not surrender keys or access without clarity. Because it's so easy to say, let me give somebody the keys to the bedroom, and then you come and find all the documents were stolen within that time frame. The early days determine the perception of strength, and perception shapes your treatment of how you handle this situation or how people will handle you. If you appear weak, people are going to tread on that weakness. But if you're strong, you're firm, people will also treat you in a more respectable manner. Now, you also have to secure your home. The home is emotional, but it's also legal territory. So within 30 days, clarify on ownership status. What is the title stating? Secure the title documents. Change locks if necessary, especially to your bedroom and a home office if you have one. And then change the locks to the. You may not be able to change the safe code, but you can change the locks to the room where you keep specific documentation, or you can transfer these documents to a bank security deposit box. Document all your household assets. And these days with the smartphones, you can take photographs of all your household items, especially in cultures where other relatives come and pick your furniture and pick your electronics because they think their relationship with your partner was more important than the families. Then ensure your children's residence stability, because there are many families that are thrown out of their homes. So ensure your children have a home. That means if you need to get security at some point for the first 30 days, do so, especially if you are in a situation where families want to oust you. Many widows will lose homes because they assumed verbal assurances were enough from your partner. They are not. You need to separate grief from decision making. Grief clouds judgment, but decisions made in grief last years. Do not, within the 30 days, sell any property quickly. Do not transfer ownership emotionally within those first 30 days. You need to first come back to a state or a point of center. Do not sign business changes in those first 30 days without structured, accurate guidance or advice. And do not make retaliatory decisions where you're fighting back because you're being fought. The first 30 days are about protection, not distribution. Now, if there's conflict, structure it early. Every structure prevents future problems. Early structure prevents long-term warfare. If tension arises, and you will see it if you actually calm down enough to see what's going on around you, then request a formal family meeting. And during that meeting, because people will try and pick on your strength, involve neutral objective facilitation. Get someone who is revered and respectable, an elder, or someone who has no interest in your property or in the businesses, to come and facilitate that meeting. Keep records, all records of communication, whether it's a family meeting with your children, a family meeting with in-laws or relatives. Make sure all these are recorded. Avoid any public arguments, because these are going to give too much information out there, and there are sharks waiting to get that information and turn it around to their benefit. Sometimes the problem is not greed. Sometimes it's fear, and fear escalates quickly after death. So you need to remove fear from everyone by showing them you're firm, you're strong. Deliver your process slowly. You don't have to be rushed. Widows don't lose security because they are weak. They lose security because no one has told them what to do. The first 30 days are not about proving strength. Protect that stability. Grieve deeply, but act strategically. And as you grieve, please remember that even with your trauma, the pain, the remembrance of the partner you've lost, there are going to be so many people surrounding you who are waiting to get free things. So at this point in time, nobody is a friend or foe. Treat everyone as a business transaction. At some point, your children may also be part of the problem as they fight to get into the power dynamics. Harness that quickly and bond your children together before they create more conflict. With this, I'd like to say thank you for listening. Please join us in yet another conversation on inheritance. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any pertinent topics you want us to discuss, please put them in the comments, and I will definitely look at them and present something in one of the future sessions. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you spending time with us, and it is my sincere hope that we can meet again in the next one. Have a nice day.